Hi, everyone. This is Mitch, and it is Thursday, May the 10th, 2018. Here with your live show. Of course, we are live every day, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. If you're watching us on YouTube, just subscribe to our channel and hit the notify button, that little alarm button. You'll get kind of just rolling out of bed myself. But a little bit of a short schedule today, just the way it is. Just 10 Major League Baseball games. Of course, as always, someone says the word lock, it's death. It's over on YouTube. The lock of death. Um, Everyone talking about how the lock of death is the lock of death. Someone says the word lock, it is death. Almost, it just seems so many times because when you hear the word lock, that usually means that the public is all over it. So, saying my title is too long over on YouTube. Now it's okay. All right, that's the quickest I ever got that done. Now we're going to do the lock of death. We're going to do it again. So whoever you guys think is today's lock, whoever your lock is, just enter it in and say whatever team it is a lock. So that's how we'll determine our lock of death. Whoever the most people say is their lock. So if you think like Lil Ray 21 saying it's the Yankees, so just type in there, Yankees are a lock. Morning, Rich, Andrew, Sean, Brian, Kevin, Adam, Anton, EJ, Chris, Kevin, Logan, Mike, Randall, Foreign, and Ed, of course. Mine's Melvin saying the Yankees are a lock. Well, we're going to find out, Roman, shortly, because so far, two people say the Yankees are a lock today. And I'll tell you what, you guys really killed me because I had Arizona as a premium pick yesterday as well. I entered my premium picks the night before, so long before anybody on the show typed in the Diamondbacks are a lock. Dude, I already had it in there. Had I known, believe me, I wouldn't have put it in. So far, two people say the Yankees are a lock. So whoever you think is your lock, type it in and say that team is a lock. Tia says the Braves are a lock. Brian Smith says St. Louis is a lock. Randy, the Yankees are a lock. And Sylvia, the Phillies are a lock. So lots of locks out there. Ryan Brennan says Giants. Lil Rays, now the Braves are a lock. Scott Perry says the Yankees are a lock. I believe Scott was the one that said the Diamondbacks were the lock. Pretty sure. Well, I mean, eventually the lock of death is. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it just seems that when people say lock, it's death. But it's not always gonna go. We're gonna go on some runs here with the lock of death as well. I mean, we'll go on some winning runs with the lock of death. I have some good feelings about it. I mean, some of these games, we just have to go. We have to find some locks that are not square plays. I mean, that's what we have to do. I mean, not all. Andrew Bryce's dreadlocks. A lot of people here on the Braves. So Yankees and Braves are pretty much our top two choices here. Logan Harris says the under in the Milwaukee-Colorado game. Dodgers going to lose. That's a lock, says Anton. I like this feature. Baltimore are the lock of the year. Julian says the Yankees are a lock. No, it's the lock. The word lock can only mean one thing. Danny's saying lock or lock of death. No. Lock can only mean one thing. Death. The lock of death. As we said yesterday. Believe me, if the Dodgers can come back and beat Patrick Corbin because somebody said lock, lock is bad news, man. Lock is always bad news. Someone says lock. I used to ban people. They would say, this is a lock. I'd ban them because it's like, oh no, I have that as a premium pick. All right. Anyways, let's get to a free pick here. We'll come back to the lock of death. I'm also going to do a consensus pick every day from our consensus report. I know Craig Trapp does a consensus video. We're not going to consult as to what pick we're going to get from the consensus report. But he gives out a consensus report pick. I'm going to give one out as well. In fact, I'm going to lead off the show with a pick from our consensus report. So it kind of gets me off the hook if it's crappy, right? So let's see what we have. Let's see on our consensus pick. So we'll go to the consensus report and see if we have anything for today. All right, the consensus report has the, I'm not saying whether I agree or disagree with these picks. I'm just saying that these are on the report. So the consensus report has the Minnesota Twins 4-1 over the Angels. That's our consensus report. That'll be our first pick for today's show. So it's not my pick. It's the consensus report pick. You can't have two locks. It's only one lock per person. It's the lock of death. As we saw yesterday with the Diamondbacks, who blew a lead. Corbin had runners on base all night long. He was able to stop them a few times, but he couldn't stop. They couldn't stop him in the end once Corbin came out. The Diamondbacks mounted a nice comeback, but couldn't get it done. Their issue, of course, they were the lock of death. Tough to overcome the lock of death. I mean, bad pitching, bad hitting, bad fielding. Teams can overcome that. But being the lock of death, that's a whole nother story, as we saw last night with the Diamondbacks. But anyways, got a bunch of premium picks today. You can use the code RUN, R-U-N. Get 25% off over at Sports Chat Experts. That's for weekly packages, consensus reports, whatever. There's no limitations, no minimum, no maximum, no nothing. Use the code RUN, R-U-N. Get 25% off today at Sports Chat Experts. You guys know Thursday is discount day at Sports Chat Experts. A lot of people load up on their weekend packages or weekly packages or monthly packages or whatever. Thursday's the day to do it. Scott Perry says the lock of death equals wild pitches and hit batters which bring in runs. I don't know. The lock of death is just whenever I just know, and I've told this story before. You know, I tell this story often. When I'm in line and I have a pick that I really like, and I know it's an anti-public play, and I'm in line at the sports book, and I hear other people say the other team's name. How do I get this question all the time, and I will answer that in just a second. But okay, so if I'm in line at the sports book and I have a pick that I know is a non-public play, what I do is I always up my bet $100 for every time that I hear somebody say the other team's name while I'm in line. Whether it be two friends discussing it, whether I hear somebody say it loudly at the window, whether I hear it in another window, hear it in another line. More often than not, I end up, by the time I get to the window, especially if I'm getting there late, I end up with no money left in my pockets. I'll max out my ATM. I'll have everything that I was gone, and I can call my bank and extend my ATM limit. So I've done that before. And I do that when I'm in Vegas anyway. But I extended it, and it's like whatever. But anytime I hear that word lock, man, it is always lock of death. Another quick question here. Monza says, and this is a very, very, very popular question. How do you compare your dog of the day picks with your premium picks? Do you keep track of your dog picks or only track your premium picks? Let me know. Okay. The dog of the day is as far away from a premium pick as you could possibly get. And I love the dog of the day. I love underdogs. Some of them are stronger than others. But the truth is, on the dog of the day, is that it has to be an underdog. It's after the premium picks. A lot of times it's done after the picks. Sometimes I have several videos I have to do. Like today I do the parlay picks and parlays, and I do the dog of the day. On Saturday, I do the dog of the day. On Saturday, I do dog of the day. I do premium picks. I do the parlay profits video, and then I also do the newsletter pick. So it has to be, on top of all that stuff, it has to be an underdog. So it could be my 30th ranked pick of the day. Well, my premium picks, no matter favorite, dog, it doesn't matter what they are. Those are my top plays for the day. The dog of the day is a pick that comes after the premiums. Then it has to be an underdog. So it's, So that's just what it is. Yeah, these guys are now having a side discussion, which is bullshit. I mean, you guys exchange phone numbers and text each other. I mean, yeah, we don't look ahead, Andrew. We only look at today. You can buy a premium package. Take a look at that. You'll see if we have picks on it or not. Yeah, on our Facebook page, you could post a picture. Send it to me. I'll post it. I don't give a shit. What I don't like is side. It's like, you guys want to talk? Have your own show or call each other on the phone. I like everybody. I like doing the show, all that stuff, but I'm not gonna be a platform for your Snapchat or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Lil Ray. I'm not even gonna address that, man. Yeah, that's Nick. That's premium pick. It's, you know what? Done with this guy. Later. So, Mitch, dog of the day is just a free quick pick, not your best thing. Yeah, it has to be a dog, too. So, it's below the premium picks, right? Then it has to be an underdog. So, my next 10 picks that I like could all be favorites or totals. I mean, there could be, 20 picks in between my premium picks and the dog. It's not even close. As a matter of fact, it's worse than these picks, lower rated. I love doing it because it's a dog. I've been doing it for a long time. I happen to be able to pick dogs, so I've done well over the years with it. But the reality, and I try and win every single pick that I give. But the reality of it is premium picks are here. Then it's everything else, and then it's a dog. So it's depending on the day or whatever. I mean, there could be totals, favorites, everything else mixed in here before I get to the dog as far as ranking the picks. There's no relation. In other words, there's never any relation between any free pick and a premium pick. Okay. Anyways, let's get to another free pick. So we'll head to Anaheim, where the Angels are taking on the Twins. Barrios up against Garrett Richards. Total in this one is set at 7.5. I like the under in this one. And it's just Garrett Richards has been pretty strong. Barrios, I think, a little bit on the overrated side at this point. I was big on him as rookie, and I'm always big on him when he's earlier in the season when he's fresh. But he seems that the longer the season goes, the more pitches he throws, the worse he gets. But I still think the total here at 7.5, we're probably still good. The Twins have been hot enough. But anyways, we'll take the under in the Twins-Angels game. Yeah, Monza, we give free picks on every single game, every single day. We always have done that. That's always been the staple of what we do at Sports Chat Place. Even before we were Sports Chat Place, when we were just college football place, we always gave out free picks on every single game. And that's what we do. But, if you bet, some games you love, and some games you might have an opinion on, even if you don't love it. And I think, people get confused with the dog of the day. Because sometimes it can get hot. And of course, I want it to get hot. I would wish, if I had my choice, I wish I could win every single game. Dog of the day, premium picks, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's like a lot of the other sites. And I'm not gonna say anything specifically about, I'll say some. I'm not gonna mention any specific sites, but I'll say a few things about the other sites. Number one, 90% of the sites out there won't even tell you what picks they had yesterday. What they'll do is they'll have picks rated in these different units. Like this was a 10-unit pick, and this was a 7-unit pick, and this was whatever. And then they say I was up 5,000 units. But they won't tell you what those picks are until later. See, when you look at a site like Sports Chat Experts or picksandparlays.net, or there's other reputable sites like that, you can see when this happens where it's a computer grading system. Where I could tell you right now at Sports Chat Experts and picksandparlays.net, if I enter in a pick, I can change it before the game starts. Once the game starts, I have access to the back end of the system. Okay, I have access to the back end of the system. I can't change a pick. I can't do it. It's impossible for me to do it. So what you see is what you get, and all of our picks are just straight bet 1 unit. So if it's a premium pick, it's a premium pick. It's not like, well, this was my 10 star and this was my 20. It always seems that they count the plus on the 10 when it's a 10 star, and they don't count the negative as minus 10 times, when they lose them. But on picksandparlays.net, sports chat experts, it always counts as one even unit. The other thing that, people that don't show their face and say their name irks me, those are the Twitter people, that's for sure. It's like, you can't use your real name and you can't use your real picture and any of that stuff, so you don't have to be accountable, then you have something to hide, and I have nothing to hide. But I was going to say something else, but I'll remember it in a minute. I definitely don't win them all. I don't have a winning day every day. I don't even have a winning month every month. That's for sure. But I try and give out more picks because I know that's what most people want. I do that because some people are looking for a specific game, and I think by giving out some more picks, I have it. But I have a rating system. But even then, I try and win them all. So it's a different thing. You guys know, I've been doing the video for 10 years now. July 1st will be 10 years that I've been doing video. You see other people, they're all jumping on. What I was doing, 10 years ago, they're doing now. When I used to do the podcast, then other people started doing the podcast. I started doing live, now everybody's doing live. I started doing this, it takes them a while to catch on. But one thing they haven't caught on is that tell people what your real record is. Show them your picks. Show it, if you won 5,000 units, if you're plus 5,000 units, then fucking show it. Show your record. Show it computer graded, auto posted, all that stuff. Is totally available. We do it at picksandparlays.net. We do it at Sports Chat. It costs money to do it, but hey, you're charging money, and the people deserve that. I try and win them all. Free picks, premium picks, whatever. I do. So here's the other thing that I was gonna say. If you look at here's one thing that's for sure. Okay, you look at the others at 95% of the other sports handicapping sites, and you look at who their sponsors are. Okay, offshore Costa Rican bullshit sports books, right? Not MGM, not Caesars. Some offshore bullshit sports books. That's who they're advertising for. Yeah, we will do promotions for offshore sports books if they're doing something for you guys. Free bets, huge deposit bonuses, and even then, they're never our primary sponsor. Look at who our sponsors are. Coca-Cola, Maserati, Mercedes, Cadillac. Those people would never touch scam sites. They wouldn't do it. And that's why you don't see those advertisers on other sites. People complain about the ads. I get it. You don't want a site full of ads. I totally get it. But those ads are why we're able to give out so many picks for free. Because all those picks that you read on the site and, all that stuff, even this, those of you watching on YouTube and those of you watching on thing. So, here's the camera for on YouTube. I can show you. Here's the camera on. So you guys are now watching each other. You can see the reflection. All this shit costs money, everything does. All those picks that you guys read on the free site, those guys don't write those picks for free, they're all paid. Everybody's paid. And, the tech guys that keep the site up, all that stuff costs money. And instead of charging everybody, you got to buy my picks. I'm up 5,000 units, $3,000, whatever. Instead of doing that, I can charge $100 a month, for premium picks or less, right? I can do that because I have the advertisers of real advertisers, real companies, real U.S., monster companies, IBM, right, advertises on my site. Ford advertises on my site. McDonald's advertises on my site because I guess they just like what we're doing. Anyways, man, enough of that stuff, but you don't see that on those other sites. It's the only ones that have it are me and Covers. And Covers, I don't even know some of their advertisers, I couldn't find a page on your site for the preferred betting site. Where can I find it? Diego Castro. You mean the experts? If you go to in the upper top menu, it's in the menu. It says Sports Chat Experts. Hate the guarantee to go 5-0 tonight for the season's free, guys. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna guess a lot of people getting free seasons or they're whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to put down everybody else. I'm just trying to tell you how it is and why we do it. And yeah, I'm just trying to, there's a lot of scammers out there. There's people that pop up all the time out of nowhere. Call this number, right? I never call you guys, never. I mean, I sent out the email if you signed up for the email. That's about it. Anyways, man, let's do another pick. Man, I gave out so many in the premium that makes this a little difficult. I'm going to take the Royals here also. Chris Tillman has been batting practice. The Orioles have been getting shelled. I'm going to take the Royals in this one, and that'll be my pick in this, my third pick of today's show. Kind of rambled, went off about other things, and, sometimes you guys get me going on that. But like I said, my best bets are in the premium area. I hope they're my best bets. Sometimes the show picks are better, Sometimes they are. But we try and give out a lot for free. If the ads get in the way on the site, it's because it's paying for the free stuff. Anyways, let's give out one more free pick. What the hell, while we're here. Let's go to the NHL. We got that Game 7, right, tonight? Winnipeg and Nashville. You guys know I'm no NHL expert. I'm not going to look at the consensus. I'm not going to look at any of that stuff. I'm going to take Winnipeg plus 135 on the road because they're a dog, and I think this is a coin flip game. Anyways, let's going to wrap it up. A lock of death looks like it's the Atlanta Braves. So, I don't know. I think I kind of agree with... I think it was Andy who said it's way better the lock of death when someone comes on and says, hey, this is a lock. I think that's what we'll stick to it with the lock of death. When somebody just happens to pop in who's just not a regular in our audience, they come in and say, hey, the Braves are a lock. We'll just all team up on them and say, lock of death. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. Sorry if I went off on a tangent there. That's what I do. I'm going to go hit the waves and watch the early game on one of these things.